Yo, what's up guys, Cloudyy here, and today I'm going to be rating the worst games I played in 2021. Now, these aren't games that came out in 2021, these are just games that I played in 2021 on my PS5. At number 5, we have SpiderMan Miles Morales. Okay, I know I'm going to get hate for this, but I just think Spider-Man 2018 and Miles Morales are pretty boring. All the missions are pretty much the same. You just sneak around and take people out, which is not really difficult, even in the higher difficulties. I forgot most of the story already in Miles Morales. Like, I couldn't tell you some of the major events that happened in the game. Like, that's how boring it was to me. But if you're a Spider-Man fan, you're gonna like this game. But to me, it's just very boring. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The story is okay. It's pretty much just another Assassin's Creed story you'd expect from Ubisoft. I would say it's more memorable than Miles Morales, though. I like the Viking setting in that era that we are playing in, but other than that, the combat is pretty basic. It gets repetitive towards the end. The outfits and weapons upgrades were cool, though. It's better than Miles Morales, I would say. Yeah, there's just too much things to find in this game. There's like hundreds of side missions, probably like thousands of fucking collectibles to find. And I just think you shouldn't be spending this much time on a game like this, because it's not worth it. I wanted to get Platinum Trophy for it, but it just would take too long and it would have been a chore to finish. This would really made me stop playing this game. Black Ops Cold War. The campaign, again, it's just another Call of Duty campaign you would expect. It's just very short, and I'm not really sure how it connects to the other Black Ops series, but yeah. You can complete it in like 2 to 3 hours. The side missions that are optional are just useless, though. They're just shorter missions that don't really affect the story whether you do them or not, which is really weird because I thought it was supposed to like really change the story, but I did the side missions and I got the same ending, and I was like, what was the point of that? And the multiplayer, just another Call of Duty multiplayer, bunch of campers, OP weapons that people abuse. The maps, I would say, are the worst. It's like up there with Modern Warfare 2019. I don't like the maps. They're just too big and like it's too hard to see anyone, and it's just not really fun to play on them because especially everyone just camps everywhere. Like you can't do anything because everyone's just camping. And out of all the Black Ops games that I played, this is probably the one I enjoyed the least. World War Z. When I was first thinking about getting this game, I was watching reviews on YouTube, and mostly everyone was saying that it was a good alternative to Left 4 Dead. And then I decided to buy it when it was on sale at GameStop. But holy shit, is this game boring. Literally every mission is just a copy and paste. Like, you just go through a section, like through the city or something, then you set up for a horde, and like pretty much you get the same shit every time. The story just makes no sense, and the characters are very forgettable. The setting's very forgettable. Just everything about this game is forgettable. I only played through the first act, then after that I just had to return that shit back to GameStop because holy shit, this game is just bad. Alright, number 1, Back 4 Blood. I first played it when the open beta came out on the PS5. The beta was just the entire first act of all the 4 acts. There were a lot of missions in one act. I think it was like 10 plus or something, but definitely quantity over quality. Unlike Left 4 Dead, there was only like 4 or 5 missions per act, but each one, they all felt so much different from the others. I think Left 4 Dead 2 perfectly set the tone of the game. The start was dead center, where you start off at the ending of the cutscene that you see at the start of the game. You start on the roof of a hotel with only pistols and melee weapons, and go downstairs to the ground level and have to fight off these bunch of zombies. And when you reach the elevator to go to the ground floor, all the characters introduce each other, and their conversations seem so real and sound like real people, not just like fucking bots talking. In Dead Center, the first mission you start off at the hotel. The next one you start the mall and you have to go through this mall. At the end of each act, you do something that leads to the next act. They were able to perfectly connect it all together. But in Back for Blood, every mission felt exactly the same. It looked exactly the same. When the characters were talking, it sounded like a script made. It's like if you told a bot to make a script for a video game, and that's pretty much how they sound. And Left 4 Dead 2, each special infected was very distinct from the other. Looked very different from the regular zombies. There was like very noticeable characteristics based on what that special infected did. And I like how they made it so it looked like just regular people just mutated into these special infected. But in Back for Blood, they just look like every other zombie. They all look the same. They just have like pale skin and like no shirt and just pants, and that's it. And I think this game could have been way better. But I just don't know what these companies are thinking when they're making games like this. They could be making so much more money making games that people want to play, that people have been asking for, but they just don't. And I don't see why they do that. And yeah, that was my ranking of the top 5 worst games of 2021. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.